Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Broken Brand. And it looks like we are going to be revisiting Nintendo versus Palworld. Now, there was speculation. I made several videos on it a while back when it first released at the beginning of this year, and kind of just seemed like Nintendo was just kind of like, we're not going to do anything. We kind of rattled our sabers, and that's it. Now, they have filed a lawsuit against Pocketpair, the studio that created Palworld, for patent infringement. And this is not what I expected if it came back. I thought it'd be copyright. And the initial lawsuit does not say what those patents were that were infringed. So, what could it be? It could be a lot of different things. I don't know what Nintendo patents, and I don't know how to look that up. I tried doing some searches, and no one's really come up with anything. But it could be something like the modeling of a specific character was patented, or a specific coding for gameplay, or specific mechanic, or something like that. That this is how we patent this, so we can only do it, or the fact that use similar device as the Pokeball to capture your Pal World friends, and we don't know exactly what it is, and it's not named specifically in the initial lawsuit. This either mean this means something, I don't know, but it also means that Pal World can't start building their defense. They have to start looking at everything, and Pal World developer released a statement that we're going to continue developing the game, releasing updates, despite the fact that we're going to have to spend a lot of money and a lot of time dealing with this lawsuit. So, what does this mean? I don't know. I really don't. Nintendo doesn't come with a lawsuit when they're not prepared. So, the fact that it took 8 months for them to actually file a lawsuit means they're probably ready to go. And now that it's filed, they're ready to take them to court. And they'll be seeking damages and possible stoppage of the game, or demanding changes in the game for loss of revenue, who knows what. This is just the initial statement of you're being sued and here's why, but without the specifics, which will probably be done in discovery. I'm not sure how the law system works in Japan, because Pocketpair is an indie development studio in Japan. Nintendo's in Japan. So this is all taking place in Japan. And I can make some assumptions based on how some of the stuff works here in the US, but I'm not a law expert by any stretch of the imagination anywhere, much less Japan. So, but it does seem that the specifics will be laid out once the lawsuit has proceeded to initial stages in the court system. So we don't know exactly what's happening, but or what exactly they did wrong, besides the way it looks, and some of the mechanics are similar. Um, it could be a big thing. It could shut down the studio. It could shut down this game. I don't know. And I've not played Pal World. It's just one of those games. It's like, okay, it looks cool, just not my thing. But a lot of people have played it, and a lot of people are continuing to play it. It wasn't as big as initial release because a lot of people played like, oh, okay, I did so much, now I'm done. You know, that's the normal fall off for any game. And so now, what are we gonna do? We don't know. And all we can do now is know that this is happening. Nintendo is suing Pocketpair over Palworld for patent infringement, not copyright. So that's going to be interesting, and may get more insight on how some of this stuff works in Japan versus the U.S. and versus other countries, and how this is done. But right now, all we know is the lawsuit's happening, and it's going to move forward, and we don't know the specifics yet. Even Pocketpair is unaware of what patents it infringed. That kind of stinks for them. They don't know how to prepare, and the only way to prepare for something like this is to over prepare for everything until they get more details. So we probably won't see anything until it actually shows up in court. And this isn't something new for Nintendo. I do kind of wish they weren't doing this. I was kind of happy that it just kind of, the sabers were rattled, and okay, we'll watch ourselves, but we're not going to do anything. But now, yeah, they're doing something, and we just don't know specifically what's going to happen, or what the cause, or what the basis for the lawsuit actually is, what specific patents. So we're just going to have to speculate until we get more information. And I'm probably not going to speculate much except on what I just already did. And it's just it's going to have to be done with coding and the way that the game was developed. That may have been patented somewhere in Japan, and that's what the infringement is, but we don't know. But they also have to prove that they knowingly infringed on it, or infringed on it enough that if looked, they could have found the way that they were doing it was incorrect, that they couldn't do it that way. So we're just going to have to wait and see. So I'm intrigued because I just don't know what's going to happen, but I will keep you guys updated because this is something that's probably going to play out for another year or two, probably, would be my guess. And this may be the time to buy Palworld just to get to play it, because at the end of this, we may not have the game to play. That is a possible outcome. We just have to admit that is a possible outcome. So if you've wanted to play Palworld, I'd get it today and start playing it, because we don't know what's going to happen with this lawsuit, how fast the suit's going to move, the cost of the lawsuit to the studio, the legal judgments against the studio and the game itself. What those will be, we just don't know. So if you ever thought about playing Palworld, I'd do it now before things get really rough in the court system. So we'll just keep checking and see what's going on. So until next time, my friends, as always, I love you all, and there's nothing you can do about it.